This is a blend extra. Well, it seems standard fare to tip when you go out to eat, but are there other people in your life who also need to be tipped?
If you're going to tip someone, how much? Well, Laura Kessner-Ricketts is the Director of Career Services at Marquette University, but she's also an etiquette expert. Welcome back.
Hey, Laura.
All right, tipping. I think this is one of those big questions. People just don't know what's standard for certain types of people. When you go out to eat, standard tip is?
15 to 20%.
Okay.
Based on service and...
Based on service, I think that's it's a values issue. About some people would say I would never tip under 15%, even if there's something bad happens. 20% would be for good service. I always tip 20%.
Yeah,
I do too, and I would say don't be sure not to blame the server, the waiter, the waitress for something that happens in the kitchen or something that's beyond their control. I think that's really important to point out. What about as it relates to hair salons? Services like getting your hair cut and colored, getting your nails done, getting a pedicure?
It would be around 15% would be the same thing. Now, if it's a holiday or a special occasion, you would tip a little bit more. In fact, the rule is that you would tip just as much as you would even if you had your biggest service. So if you get a highlight and then you just got a haircut, you would tip around a holiday or a special occasion what the biggest service would be.
Okay, but off the total bill, because a haircut, color, highlights can cost quite a bit.
Right, 15%. I always ask, though, if I had a product in there, make sure that you don't have to tip for the product.
Right, okay.
What about people around your home, like a nanny or a housekeeper? Are they different? Are they the same?
It just depends on the level of work. So around $5. So if you're staying in a hotel, let's say a nice hotel, and that you have service throughout that, you might leave a little note that says housekeeping and leave maybe anywhere from $2 to $5 per day that you were there.
Okay.
A nanny, again, if you're tipping your nanny, it would be a special occasion or that they did something extra for you. You wouldn't tip your nanny every time that you pay them.
One of the things I heard is if you have a regular person taking care of your kids, something like that, you would, around the holidays, for example, you would give them what equates to a full week's salary. Is that reasonable, or does that sound like a lot?
It sounds like a lot to me, but I don't have a nanny.
Right, okay.
So I would say that that's probably appropriate because, again, they're a worker for you. It would be a bonus. They're taking care of your children.
What about someone who cleans your home?
I think it would be the same thing. I mean, what we tend to say is like a paycheck and a half might be, or I'm sorry, a service fee and a half for that.
I got you. So in other words, if it costs $50 to have your house cleaned, you would give $75. So it'd be like that.
Yes.
Plus that
$75.
Okay.
Right.
I got you.
Do
That
you
makes
ever
sense.
tip teachers?
No.
Okay.
You wouldn't tip teachers.
Just wondering.
And in fact, there are a lot of places like the Postal Service, Garbage Man, all of that. They may have different rules that they can't accept that. I think the rule is up to $10 or $15. So giving a gift, a comparable gift, when I look at what to give teachers, they don't like all that Apple stuff and all of that. So a nice gift card to a place that everyone shops at, groceries, Target, that kind of thing.
How about like nails, things like that? Is that like a hairdresser? Is that 15%?
Yep, 15%, right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And if you're ever wondering, do you think it's always best to err on the generous side?
I do, especially if you keep going back to that person, because people remember. You remember people who do you wrong, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So you want to always thank people for the work that they do, because the work the service industry does, it's not always pretty, and we appreciate the work that we do for this.
That's
and they need
great.
to be compensated.
And here's where people can find you on Twitter. Thank you so much.
Thank you.